That looks really good. Ooh. Mashed potatoes and spinach. Kale. Shepherd's pie. My shamrocks. And that is St. Patrick. But the printer was running out of ink. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous.
No, here's what you do with the Coke cannon.
You make a thing in the middle and put the butters. That's a lot of butters. Ooh.
Well, okay.
See, oh, okay. Well, oh, I see. I thought that was my plate.
You thought you were getting served first?
Look at how beautiful it's actually it's not real velvet, but it looks velvet, and it's a dark green, and then I got this green bow from the Dollar Tree to match it. She looks like little Victorian.
Yeah, she looks like she's out to the dance.
I gotta try this, I'm so hungry. Oh, that's good. Oh, God.
Like it.
You know what's missing are dinner rolls. Oh, God, this is... Oh, my God, that's so good. Mmm.
Oh, you like that?
Oh, stop it.
The scallions are the main ingredient. I used that whole bunch of scallions.
Wow. So we have traditional Irish food going on and shepherd's pie. It's so delicious. I've never had it.
Coke cannon.
Coke cannon. It's really good. And you put that butter and it just melts. What?
You eat your carrots.
Yeah. I like the glazed carrots. I just didn't want a whole bunch of them.
You like the lamb?
Sadly, I do.
It's like very mild, right? It's like...
My God, that's what your mother said.
About what?
I told her what you were cooking. I said, I've never had lamb before. And she said, it's very mild.
That sounds like something she'd say.
This is mighty delicious. And now we're going to watch Little House on the Prairie. We're going to watch our program. So this is the first episode after the pilot. Oh, I forgot.
She's like, no one told me where to go from here.
Hey, come on now, Munch. You move downstairs, okay?
I'm going to have a piece of bread and butter. Because it's so good. Like, it'll go so good with the shepherd's pie. I can't help it.
Get her around the house, boy. You know you're not supposed to do that.
You're gonna run down the hill.
I like to pretend that...
How do you like your room?
Our cabin is not far of a stretch from that cabin. I just realized they don't have a bathroom, because back then they had outhouses. So they don't have a bathroom taking up space. And then under the loft, that would be... This is Mom and Pa's area, and then that's where Carrie slept.
Yes, dear. Your father forgot his lunch.
What did she say? She said, I want molasses.
That's what I didn't know what that meant, though.
Because it was so good. I was full like a plate ago. But I had to have more. It was so delicious.
Well, I was about to start walking.
That first bite.
Not looking forward to it. Haven't been up all night with a new mother.
So delicious.
First bite of one.
I'd be happy to
That's
pay
the
you for
pie.
your time.
The shepherd's
No,
pie.
thank you.
You see that outfit that Laura's wearing?
As we sing our closing hymn.
My Aunt Kathy, Tammy and Amanda's mom. She had a Halloween costume and she was like preteen, and it was that bonnet and that dress. Back then they had Little House costumes. It was the 70s.
It's all-day picnic of all time.
Oh,
I'll
thank you,
take this.
Pa.
Can you imagine back then that was like a big deal? Now it's like, it's so sad that the simple pleasures of life are like completely... I've celebrated St. Patrick's Day. I never understood it. I have maybe this much Irish in me. Patrick may have been born in Dunbarton, Scotland, Cumberland, England, or in northern Wales in the year 387. At 16, he and a large number of his father's slaves were captured by Irish raiders and sold as slaves in Ireland. Forced to work as a shepherd, he suffered greatly from hunger and cold. After 6 years, Patrick escaped Ireland, probably to France, and later returned to Britain at age 22, and was consecrated bishop at 43. In a dream vision, it seemed, quote, all the children of Ireland from their mother's wombs were stretching out their hands to him.
Saints always have.
Yeah.
There's always magical things going on.
Yeah.
There's a number of miracles.
Mm-hmm. They were mentally ill. He understood the vision to be a call to do mission work in pagan Ireland. Despite opposition from those who felt his education had been defective, he was sent to carry out the task. He went to the west and north, where the faith had never been preached, obtained the protection of local kings, and made numerous converts. Because of Ireland's pagan background, Patrick was emphatic in encouraging widows to remain chaste and young women to consecrate their virginity to Christ.
Chaste?
Because of Ireland's pagan background, Patrick was emphatic in encouraging widows to remain chaste, so they not to remarry.
Yeah, that's really...
And young women to become nuns, basically.
Oh, I think
doesn't that mean
just until marriage? Or...
Doesn't that mean...
I'm not. You could be right though. I don't know what that means.
I think it means... Can you look it up? See, this is the only good thing about the internet. Because if there's something that you're not sure of, you don't have to open up. You don't have to go down in the basement and get the encyclopedia or the dictionary. You could just Google it.
Oh, in the Catholic Church, a consecrated virgin is a woman who's been consecrated by the Church to a life of perpetual virginity as a bride of Christ.
A nun.
A nun, yeah.
He ordained many priests, divided the country into dioceses, held church councils, founded several monasteries, and continually urged his people to greater holiness in Christ. The feast day of St. Patrick is celebrated on March 17th. Popularly known as St. Patrick's Day, is believed to be his death date and is the date celebrated as his feast day. So relatively soon after the death of people considered very holy, the local church affirmed that they could be officially celebrated as saints. A pope has never formally canonized St. Patrick.
Oh, that's right.
So he's never, that's what I was reading, he's never been officially canonized as a saint. Nevertheless, various Christian churches declare that he is a saint in heaven. St. Patrick's Breastplate is a popular prayer. According to tradition, St. Patrick wrote it in 433 AD for divine protection before successfully converting the Irish king Longhaired and his subjects from paganism to Christianity. Most recent scholarship suggests its author was anonymous. In any case, this prayer certainly reflects the spirit with which St. Patrick brought our faith to Ireland. People often pray this shorter version of St. Patrick's Breastplate prayer. This is the abridged version of the prayer. I don't know what the long version is, because this is really... I need some water before I proceed. Christ with me, Christ before me, Christ behind me, Christ in me, Christ beneath me, Christ above me, Christ on my right, Christ on my left, Christ when I lie down, Christ when I sit down, Christ when I arise, Christ in the heart of every man who thinks of me, Christ in the mouth of everyone who speaks of me, Christ in every eye that sees me, Christ in every ear that hears me.
I was going to say Christ to the left of me, Christ to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
It just... I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it sounds like a prayer that a psychotic would come up with.
It sounds better in Latin.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
It's just the overuse of the word Christ, I think it just feels like there could be an easier way to say all that.
It's probably supposed. I feel like those prayers are supposed to be kind of repetitive and.
Yeah.
It's like something to chant.
Something to chant.
It makes you feel better repeating this thing over and over.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So that is the history. That is the origin of St. Patrick's Day.
There's a new theory that historians have. Because the whole thing about him being enslaved by the Irish, that's his version of that's St. Patrick's version of what happened. So the new theory is that because they've done the research and they're like, that doesn't really seem like it happened very much, that Irish people would raid England and capture slaves. That's why it said at the beginning he considered himself a Roman, because the Romans had taken over England, but they never took over Ireland. The Irish held their own, and being a subject of Rome, he was basically like conscripted. He was, you gotta do your service to Rome. He'd come of age or whatever. So he had to either work for Rome, be a soldier or whatever, or he could flee to Ireland. And he chose to flee to Ireland.
Didn't want to. Okay, so he fled to Ireland and was a sheep tender.
Yeah, they're saying that's the more plausible thing that happened. He chose instead to abscond from the onerous obligations by fleeing abroad, as many others in this position had done.
Okay.
And in his writing, he references, like Exodus. So he says, "I was captured and I was enslaved, and then, just like the Jews, I achieved my freedom. I escaped."
The Guinness chocolate cake going in. Does that sound familiar? I know what it is. You know what it is. Let's get to it. John. The report of the week.
Oh, is that what he says?
It's good. I mean, it's a nice... Oh. Okay, I'm gonna try. What is this called? Apple cake?
Yeah, it's just Irish apple cake.
Okay, going in. Oh my. Oh. Oh.
And you always say you hate apples, or not apples in general, but you don't like apple pie.
I don't like apple pie. This apple cake is amazing. Oh my lord. It's delicious.
I used it. And then you pour a little sugar on top.
Oh wait. There's one more thing I have to do. So this is a book that my brother wrote when he was in grade school. It's called Jason O'Grady. There's a leprechaun in my desk. His name is Jason O'Grady. He eats papers that I never take home. He got in my desk when he did his magic wrong. Tell me that's not a fucking classic. Sometimes he comes out of my desk, but when he's in my desk, he practices his magic.
Okay.
Once he turned my desk into a turtle. And he drew a turtle. I don't want to keep him, but he won't go out of my desk. So one day after school, he was... And that's where the sentence ends. It continues on the next page. So let me just read it again and I'll show you the picture. I don't want to keep him, but he won't go out of my desk. So one day after school, he was... And there's a picture of of Jason O'Grady, and he's saying, "I won't come out." He was asleep, so I picked him up and put him in my backpack. When I got on the bus, I threw him out the window. The Wilson's window was open, and before he went through, he promised to get revenge. The next day, my house was in Mars, and next to my house was the Wilson house. Luckily, it was a dream, I thought. The end for now. So that is my brother's book, Jason O'Grady, written when he was in 3rd grade. St. Patrick's Day is over. This video is over. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, we're not going to eat the food. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You got a big old butt. Got a big old butt. Big old butt, just like Mama. You feel better now. Ow. God damn. It's 10:30 and I'm ready for bed. Are you beautiful? Are you beautiful? Yes. Yes, you are beautiful. You're such a good boy. Kaylee's got her shamrock. Say good night to everybody, Kaylee. Happy St. Patrick's Day.